final grade calculator. All right. So your goal for today is to get, ideally, all right, in the ideal world, your goal for today is to get at least the storyboard set up. Um, so get your storyboard set up and get maybe the outlets and actions connected. I would be a happy, happy camper if that was what you got accomplished today. So once again, storyboard set up, and I'm actually going to put that in here. All right. So here we go. Let me show you the app first. So the app that you're going to be working on, like I said, is called Final Grade Calculator. Okay. Here is what that is going to look like. So you can see that we have a few labels, a few text fields, and we have two new objects down here that I'm gonna teach you in a hack which probably tomorrow or Friday. Let's see, on Friday, excuse me. So we have one label, we have another label, we have our third label, a text field with placeholder text that says the word required, uh, label, text field, text field. This is called a segment controller, and this is called a picker view. We then have a button and a label, and there's actually a label down here that's hidden. How this app works is when you guys go to college, if you go to college and other high schools, we have a weird grading system. We really do. I don't know if you know that or not. The whole summatives and formatives and the weight that they carry, it's unique to say the least. Your standard grading procedures, though, for example, when I was going through college, uh, I had my current grading class. We'll say my current grade was an 87. All right, so right on the cusp of that A. Now I'm taking my final exam for this semester. I will punch in the weight of that final exam. So that final exam, that final project is 20%. Now my desired grade, I want it to be, let's say, a 93. Okay. The reason that these two things are down here is to, what it allows you to do is you can click on these and it changes the grade to those, or you can use your picker view and that changes the grade as well. Okay, so if you feel confident in this and you don't know how to do these two things, you can leave these two things out for now and continue and just get your text fields and labels working. Okay, but yeah, I will show you how to use these later in the week and into next week. You can tell by the way it's laid out that they probably used a vertical stack. All right, so they put that vertical stack in, they didn't do any horizontal stacks, all right, because there's nothing side by side. But you can see they put a label, text field label, text field label, text field segment controller, picker, button, label. And that's everything in that vertical stack, and that's why it's arranged so nicely. You can see that they have a constraint here. All right, that constraint looks to be, we use the constraint of 10. This looks to be maybe a constraint of 20. If you want to stick with the 10, check it out, try 20, kind of play around with that. But just make sure you're putting a constraint on left, right, and top. All right. So we have our data in here, 87, 20, 90. Let's go ahead and calculate. So it's going to tell me the final grade I need on my exam if I want to get a 90% in the class. All right. When I hit calculate, the background turned red. It turned red because I need 102% on my final exam. That's impossible. All right, so this label pops up and says, you should ask your teacher for extra credit. All right. Now, let's assume that our final exam was 30. Okay, if I hit calculate, it shows up green. I need to get a 97% on my exam. I will be completely honest with you guys. This app has been a nightmare for me ever since I started teaching this class. And it has nothing to do with setting it up. It has nothing to do with linking things up. It's the equation to get this number. All right, it is the math equation to get this number. Okay, So if you're going through this and if you want to go ahead and try it, maybe some of you are smart enough to figure it out. I'm not. I'm no math genius. I had to Google it. All right. You can Google, how final grade calculator and put in your current grade, weight of the exam, and desired grade. I'm sure it'll show you that equation. All right. So there's a little hint for you. And it says down here, you can do it, study hard. It showed up green, which means it's achievable. All right. So that's your. I don't expect this app to be done today. By no means. Once the hour's up, you need to get off of Mac and Cloud so that the other students from the other classes can access it, and you need to log out. All right. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and I guess we'll look at the instructions right here. That is going to be a key for you to being successful. But once again, if you guys just get that layout, mimic that layout in that vertical stack view, and get things maybe the text fields hooked up as outlets and the button hooked up as an action, I would be happy, very happy. All right. Just a little tip. I believe that the picker view and the segment controller are going to have to be hooked up as an outlet and an action. All right. So here are your MVPs in stretch 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that as an MVP, this is the very minimal thing that you should be able to do. It says, as a user, I want to be able to enter my current grade, desired grade, and enter the percentage of the exam is worth. As a user, I want to press a button or use some other form of interaction, such as a tap gesture. You could even do a shake gesture to calculate what I would need to get on my exam to reach the desired final grade. Boom. That's your MVP. MVP, you do that, you're going to do very well. All right, the stretch 1 then, the next level up is if the grade is under 100, the background turns green. If the final exam is over 100%, the background turns red. Okay. You guys can read the rest if you want to keep on going down. You can see that the segment controller and picker view are stretch 3 and 4, which mean that they're more difficult, and I will cover that later in the week. But we can definitely get the MVP and potentially stretch 1 done, and maybe some of you even done with stretch 2 without instructions. So I'm hoping to be back in class next week, and when we get back in class, if you have an app that has nothing on it, I am not going to be a happy camper. All right. I need you guys to at least construct the storyboard, and hooking up outlets and actions would be a blessing. All right. That's all I got for you guys. There is a rubric attached if you want to check it out. We'll look at it quick. All right, so here's the rubric if you want to take a look at this. Essentially, if it's saying, is the algorithmic thinking on point? Programming skills, your outlets and actions are hooked up well. The conditionals, the lets and the variables, and blah, blah, blah. All right? You guys know that pretty much if you get it done and get it working, I'll be a happy camper, and so is your grade. All right? So, with that said, I'm going to let you guys get to work. Please let me know if there's any questions on WebEx. Please let me know right away. Right away. If you cannot get into Mac and Cloud, let me know ASAP. Please message me through WebEx chat. Do not email me. All right, WebEx chat, either a private message or on the class chat would work. Okay. Once again, Mac and Cloud, and you're creating the final grade calculator. I'm going to actually throw a picture of. I'll restart the app and throw a screenshot on the chat so you guys can kind of see what it looks like, and so you guys have a better idea. All right? Any questions, comments, or concerns? Either speak now or put it in the chat.